Our next story is about a shift in the Arctic. It's a shift that could change winter for millions this year. Scientists say something unusual is happening over the Arctic. The air circulation there has weakened. What does that mean? This circulation usually keeps the coldest air locked near the North Pole. But this year, it is not strong enough. So more of that cold air is moving south. And that is why many regions are bracing for a sharper winter this year. North America is already seeing early effects. Europe is also bracing for a drop in temperatures. Even India is preparing for more colder days ahead. So what caused this shift in the first place? What does this mean for different regions? And could this indeed turn into a winter of the century? Here's a report.
This year, winter has arrived with signals that something is different. These are signals from the atmosphere and from the scientists who say this season may be more dramatic than usual. Across the Northern Hemisphere, a major shift is unfolding. It is a shift that begins high above the North Pole, and that is now influencing weather across Europe, North America, and parts of Asia. The polar vortex is at the center of this story. It is a large ring of strong winds that circles the Arctic. It normally traps the coldest air over the pole. But this winter, reports say it is weaker than usual. In some regions, it is even split. This weakening is linked to a sudden warming above us. High above the weather we experience each day sits a calm layer called the stratosphere. It contains the ozone layer, and it is the home of the polar vortex. Right now, the stratosphere above the Arctic is warming rapidly. This happens when unusual atmospheric waves push upward and disrupt the vortex. Scientists call this a sudden stratospheric warming event. The warming slows the vortex winds. It can even reverse them. Once that happens, Arctic air can escape south into Europe, North America, and Asia. This is already visible in North America. Part of the weakened vortex has shifted over Alaska and Arctic Canada. It is pushing frigid Arctic air into the United States. Some experts call this the Polar Express pattern. It is a pattern where Arctic air travels in a straight path from northwest to southeast. It happens when high pressure blocks the west and a deep trough opens in the east. This creates a corridor that allows cold air to flow south. Across Canada and the United States, temperatures are expected to fall well below normal. Experts say some regions may drop far below freezing levels. Europe is watching the same warnings. Reports suggest the continent is also feeling the effects of the weaker vortex. Germany may face Arctic outbreaks after Christmas. Experts say the final outcome remains open, but the risk of a colder phase is rising. India is also preparing for a sharper winter. The India Meteorological Department expects more cold wave days in central, northwest, and northeast India. The chill is linked to both the weakened polar vortex and La Niña. La Niña is a cooling pattern in the Pacific Ocean that influences weather worldwide, and it is expected to continue into early 2026. Scientists say the broader picture is clear, but the exact intensity and timing can still shift. A weakened polar vortex can wobble for weeks, and it can take more than a month to recover. So, brace yourselves. This winter may hold some surprises.
I was born into revolution. I inherited power like a crown. What I delivered was isolation. I built a personality cult that touched every home. Millions suffered hunger under my rule, but no one dared to speak. I ruled from palaces. My people queued for rice. I called myself the dear leader. History calls me something else, the dictator. Who am I?